Hello, Mark Duty here again, and today we're going to do Black Adam, and this is going to be spoiler free for the first segment. And is this a good movie? It's an okay movie. It's not brilliant, it's not bad. You're entertained while you're watching it, but as soon as you come out of any cinema, you'll forget about it. I mean, I'm struggling to remember what's gone on because it was just a bland movie. There's the action sets, if you just want do you know what it feels like? It feels like a Transformers. Big action sets, weak on story, and that's pretty much it. But okay, let's get into the spoilers now. What's stupid about this film, right, is when Black Adam is awoken by the woman, I can't remember what her name is, and basically she wakes him up. He saves her for who knows why. There's no reason for him to save her. And basically, he can speak perfect English, even though he's been asleep for 5,000 years and English wasn't invented then. But yet he can speak perfect English, which doesn't make much sense, but we'll glide past that. We have the Justice Society, who've come out of nowhere. There's no mention on any other DC films about the Justice Society, and then all of a sudden there's this great big Justice Society, right? To me, it feels like the city they were in feels like Wakanda. That they have all this advanced technology and from this magical mineral called Ethereum, right? Not only that, is the Justice Society live in an X-Men kind of mansion with a ship that they can fly around everywhere, right? It doesn't really make much sense. And it's like the Intergang. Who are the Intergang? Well, the Intergang are the villains, sort of, in this, that work for the king, or the lineage of the king, right? Which, again, doesn't really make much sense. But anyway, you know, the lineage of the king is helping this woman find the crown, but yet they're trying to capture the woman because she has the information on finding the crown. So why would the king himself infiltrate to try and find this woman when it doesn't make much sense to me? Why didn't they just leave her alone to discover the crown and then basically call his minions in to and then just take it off her? I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, we're going to move on from that. The fact that Black Adam can just magically speak English. The Intergang are chasing this woman to capture her because she's trying to find the crown, and then basically the king is infiltrated and is one of her friends trying to get this crown. There's just a conflict of story there. It doesn't make much sense. And then what does it... Right, so the Hawk, yeah, is meant to be the leader of the Justice Society, right? I don't like this character. For me, he just grated on me. His self-righteousness, to me, I didn't like his character at all. Every time he spoke, I felt like saying to him, you know what, just shut up. You know what I mean? They were like trying to chase Black Adam and try and fight him all the time. He got his ass whooped several times, and yet he continues to fight. It was pointless. They're trying to capture him. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you can't catch him. Only he can stop himself. And it's like, well, what was the whole point of it? There really wasn't much of one. But anyway, not only that, okay? Dr. Fate, right? Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate, they all seem to have the same bloody superheroes. You've got X-Men Mansion, Wakanda. So they're copying a lot of DC are copying a lot of Marvel, and Marvel copy a lot of DC. It's weird. It's the end of the superheroes. Nobody really cares. No one really wants to see men in tights anymore. And a lot of people only watch this to see Superman at the end. Yeah, Superman's in it for like, what, 10 seconds. That's it. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that you think, what was the point? There's a little boy in this, the son of the woman who's trying to find the crown. And he's like, oh, we got, you know, oh, we got to rise up. We got to fight the invaders and all this, right? And everything hangs on this little boy. Why would you give the little boy the crown to run away with? Who knows? There's a lot of stupid things in this. There's a lot of symbology in this, you know, with the hand signals that they give. And anyone who knows anything about conspiracies, well, you know, this one's full of it. But anyway, moving on. So they're in a city and they've got these magical flying machines and everything. They've got all these magical rockets. So it's basically like Iron Man, who can make these magical bloody weapons of war. And they seem to be mining this metal, this Ethereum, to make these special weapons. Again, it's like it's pointless. It's just making up their own. They're just copying other franchises now. Anyway, moving on. And I haven't read the Black Adam comic book, so I don't really know much about Black Adam. All I know is what I've seen on this TV, in this movie. So you're gonna have to bear with me. There's gonna be people saying, "Oh, this is the source of this." Yo, I don't know. Yeah, I'm being honest. I don't know. I'm just coming at this as I've seen the movie, and this is what I think of it. There is no explanation of where the Justice Society came from. There's no any kind of information about this intergang. There's nothing like that. And then as well, right, so Dr. Fate, right? So in order to defeat this evil demon that has raised up from this crown, right? So this evil demon has come to sit on the throne and open up the gates of hell, right? And he does. He sits on the throne, and all the Legion of the Damned come out, right? And the problem that you've got is, right, so you've got a bunch of people with sticks fighting the Legion of the Damned. It doesn't feel kind of a fair comparison to fight like the legions of hell with a bunch of, you know, freedom fighters with a bunch of sticks. To me, that was just, I know it's a movie and superheroes and all that, it's unrealistic, but again, it felt unrealistic. Why would you fight all these zombie things with sticks? It just doesn't make sense. So again, so the demon's fighting with Dr. Fate, and Dr. Fate's like, you know what, there's only one way I can save the world, and basically I've got to hold him off until I die, right? And that's how they're going to save him. He's going to hold him back, right? And Dr. Fate, basically, he fights him to the point he can't fight him no more, takes his helmet off and just stands there, and then just lets the demon kill him. But if he'd have fought back a little bit longer, Black Adam would have come and saved him. It makes no sense why you killed off Dr. Fate like that. Absolutely no sense whatsoever. I mean, this movie is okay for the action sets, but the story is bad. It's bad. You know what I mean? It doesn't make much sense to me. There's a lot of goings on that you think, why did they do that? Why did that happen? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up because I'm not going to go on for too long. Would I see it? I've seen it once, and that's enough for me. There's no call for me to go and watch it again. I've got really not much interest in it. I don't really care where Black Adam's going. You know what I mean? And it's like they're trying to say, you know, Black Adam's the villain, but he's an anti-hero, but he's not a villain then. And then you've got Superman that comes at the end, and it's like, oh, you know, the woman says to Black Adam, oh, because Black Adam's like, no one on this earth can stop me, and then it's like, we can call people that are not from this earth, and then comes Superman, and that's basically it. I mean, the crowd erupted when Superman came. Everyone's like, yeah, and it's like, what, at the end of the 10 seconds? You know what I mean? It's going to be like, what, if they make another Superman movie, it's going to be years before that even comes out. But at the end of the day, is there much call for it? Who knows? If they make a good movie from it and they write it good, Henry Cavill is a brilliant Superman. It's just he's not really had much good luck in the sense of story writing. But again, you know, do I really care about Black Adam? Not really. There's nothing really there to make me think, yeah, he was amazing, I loved it. You know what I mean? At the same time, it's not as if I hated it either. It's not as if I was like, oh, nah. But do I care about his character? Not really. Did I care about the woman? Not really. Did I care about the kid? Definitely not. You know what I mean? It's like the brother as well. And it's like, oh, you know. I mean, it's a bit of a... It's not brilliant, this movie. It's a bit of a flop. to be honest. It's not going to make much money. And to be honest, I like Shazam. I like the first Shazam. But again, they didn't really explain the wizards. They just said, oh, the wizard saved this boy and all this. And then the twist at the end is basically that the boy that they saved to be the one to, you know, be the hero was actually the Rock's son, and the son passed his powers on to the Rock, and then the Rock was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and kill everybody, and the reason they imprisoned him was because of his rage. It's like, okay. So again, it's not amazing, it's not brilliant. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to waffle on too much because there isn't really much to say about it. The plot is basically they get a crown, they try and hide the crown, the king gets the crown, he sits on the throne, lets all the demons out, and then basically Black Adam then destroys the demon and closes the portal. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like Marvel. That's what it feels like. It feels like, you know, it feels like the Avengers. It feels like Wakanda, it feels like X-Men, and it feels like they've mixed all that together to make their own version of it, because obviously, you know, Marvel is dominating better than DC, so they kind of thought, right, we're going to do our DC version of Marvel, and that's what the film feels like to me. It feels like Transformers, a lot of big action, not a lot going on, and that's basically what this movie is. Big action, not a lot going on at home. You know what I mean? What more can I say about it? I mean, let me know how you feel about it. Comment below. Anyway, that's all for me. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. You know the deal. Anyway, yourselves have a good day now. Ta-da.